Hey, Coach. So happy you found us on YouTube. It's great. There's lots of great resources out there. Go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. You want to win more games, less time from someone that's done it. Let me mentor you. Let me help you. Teachhoops.com will allow you to do that. That's the first thing. Also, go over and subscribe and like. If you do like the podcast, it's a great place to kind of find all the resources and things that you need to become a better basketball coach. So, have a great day and go enjoy the video.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Welcome to High School Hoops, episode 134. Today we're going to talk
About branding.
about branding a program. And before we do that, I'd like to give a big shout out to our two sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the number one shooting machine on the market. Great people up in Bloomington, Minnesota. I know where Bloomington is too. So go over and check it out. I think I've said this, but my record is 32 seconds breaking it down. So I'm pretty good at
That's
breaking.
impressive.
That is pretty
You
impressive.
might make
isn't
the
it?
Guinness Book of World Records.
I don't know. I'll have to ask them if they have a record
Yeah,
for that.
right. If you're
Also-
trying to beat that, you got to get something better to do with your life. If you're trying to figure out if you can be the fastest guy to break down.
I want to be the fastest person to break down a Dr. Dish. That would be a great thing. Yeah, mention Coach Unplugged or High School Hoops. You'll get $350 off. Mention me. They'll take good care of you. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. The whole reason we're doing this 4-part series is because of teachhoops.com, because
Yep.
I've been diving into it and I get asked about building a program all the time. And, how do you do it? And how do you effectively do it? And what are the keys to doing it? And it's like, obviously, I've been putting a lot of stuff in there for that. But anyway, so if you're looking for someone that's done it, you want to save. I always tell people, if you want to use my 30 plus years of experience and save yourself a lot of time from watching all the YouTube and DVDs, and or you want to, you want to save time, you want to save energy, you don't want to walk down the wrong road, come over and check it out. I'll save you some heartache because I've probably been through it at this
And
point.
time.
And time. Yeah, money and time.
Money and time. You can't beat it.
Right, because those DVDs are. I mean, shoot, it's less than a trip to McDonald's to join teachers.
Yeah, but again, we can talk about this all day. It's more than the Netflix for basketball coaches. It's the interactive Netflix, dude. I'm telling you right now,
that's what people don't
never
get.
going to get it. Again and again and again. The best instruction, the best thing is when it's social interaction and conferring and talking to other people. It's the best thing out there. So.
Yep.
All right, Coach. Branding. So our first step was culture. So you're building that identity, and then the next step is really promoting that identity, right?
It is. So so under the branding thing, here's where I put under branding. I put so again, going back to my story with losing, we had to rebrand, which was like me going, I wanted new uniforms, I wanted to go change the schedule, I wanted to deal with everything, that how we promoted it, how we built it. We started the youth program. Bruce Diamond helped me do that. Work with the feeder programs. It was literally starting. Like I remember sitting in my room, and it might have been a chalkboard at that point. Was it a chalkboard? Might have been even a chalkboard. That's how old it was.
What's a chalkboard? I'm just kidding.
No. But anyway, and we wrote down everything. What do we have to do to rebrand this thing? Because you don't want to. You don't want to be Kmart in a Target world, right? And so I wanted all those little kids up the hill at the elementary school to want to come play. So we had to figure out how we could do that, how we could get them involved, how we could get them to our games, how we could have a youth night, how we could get them just to see us playing. And then I had to figure out, okay, I want them to see us playing, but I don't want to see us getting beat by 45.
Right.
So it was building that youth program, getting them playing together since they were 6 or 7 years old. But then on top of that, it was so many moving pieces. I mean, luckily I didn't have any kids at that point in my life.
Right. So when you talk about branding, I think for someone that got worn out with branding for 5 years of the varsity program, trying to build one, is that you got to find other people to delegate those things, because it'll overtake your time. And then you won't be able to talk about the other key things about still establishing your culture and your X's and O's and player development. This branding piece, I think, is the easiest piece to facilitate to other people, whether it's
people you can trust.
Yeah, people you can trust, people in your community, like other people, basketball mindsets that could be on your board or on your staff to support it. Parents, booster people, community people, all that stuff. That is the where you want to take, because sometimes we take our energy is overtaken by branding, because it's sometimes some of that stuff is really fun, but it's really, and when it comes down to it, there's so much more that needs to happen within your program.
Right. And the thing is, it's a like, we have somebody. I don't run the youth program. I delegate. I mean, we have somebody that runs our youth program, and he's not even a parent anymore of a player. He just, we have a nonprofit. We run the
Yep.
girls and boys program through it. He runs that. It's like one thing that's not on my table. It's not on my, I don't have to worry about it. Like, um, and I obviously I've been able to do that later in my career. I had to probably be a little bit more hands-on early, but I think that's a
Hey, Coach, make sure I'm glad you're liking the video. Make sure you like down below, hit subscribe and that little bell up above. That will get you a notification when we put up a new video every day. Also, make sure you go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better.
really important thing that you stated there, that you can't do everything. And the first thing we talked about, which was culture, is of the four that we're talking about, like you said, this is the one. As long as you get somebody you trust and someone that has the same vision as you, this is the one. Because you can't get rid of player development. You can't get rid of the X's and O's.
Right.
Like,
And you
that's
can't
gonna
get rid of
fall on you.
the accountability and consistency, the reps
Right.
and all that
So
stuff in
this
your
is the
culture.
place that you can, like, how can we build that community? And again, it's going to depend. Are you an inner city coach? Are you a coach in a rural in Iowa? I mean, it does matter where you
It
are.
does.
Um, but I think it's the one that you can find someone to help you. You can at least help you if you don't feel like you can totally hand it off. At least help you.
I think, and then when I think about just some of the things that, the one positive thing that I go back in my 5 year, 6 years as a varsity coach, and the 5 years that I was at a high school program, our youth program was very, very solid. And I think it was solid because we made it affordable, we made it exciting, and we made it intricate with our high school program. And from a small rural community, kids wanted to come to games. Basketball was affordable, it was fun, and it was relevant. So I think you got to make, when you're building a program, you got to find ways. I had lots of camps, fun gear,
Yep,
all those
and you
type
got
of
to
things.
brand. You got to brand early,
Yep.
because this is one of the things that I noticed when I took over the Memorial job. Memorial was a hockey school, so I knew that I had to brand early, and I had to get those kids. I had to get them playing basketball before they put skates on.
Right.
And we're a swimming school. How many state titles have we won in swimming?
Right.
You look at two of the three sports were literally some of the top in the entire state. So
Right.
wrestling was not. So there's basically four sports you can play in the winter in Wisconsin. And I had to compete against two that were two of the top in the Midwest as far as national swim. I mean, we've had unbelievable. I mean, I don't even know, between swimming and hockey, we probably got 15 state titles. So all of a sudden, my branding had to trickle down. I had to get these kids when they were 6 or 7 before they even thought about putting skates on or getting into a pool in the summer. Um, Madison, Wisconsin has the biggest summer swim meet in, like, the country, when it's
Right.
all city. It's crazy. So, so it was one of those things that's super important, as far as, you got to look at your community and figure out, what does that branding entail.
Yeah. I
Anything
mean,
else, Coach? I think that's
no,
good.
I think those are like really good little tidbits. I think, I think it's really,
Again,
when
if
you,
you want to dive deeper, teachhoops.com is
right.
where you can dive deeper.
We could
That's a
talk
soft
about
sell.
branding
Yeah.
all day. There's so many different things,
Yeah.
but the question of the day today is, since you started coaching, so your time frame is a lot longer than my time frame, and I'll answer it when you're done. What is one thing has changed a lot in the game that you, whether you like or you don't like?
Well, I
What
think the
is,
3-point line changed the game a lot. I also think,
but
I think,
you were still around. You were still playing with the 3-point line.
yeah, 3-point line was in college when it came in. I think the style of play has changed probably the most. Is what that would be my. I've just seen such a transformation of, like, you need a big, you need a post to just this spread kind of.
Yeah.
They're looking for a high school player. You're looking for that 6'4" long kid. For like a college or NBA guy, they're looking for that 6'8" long
Yeah.
kid. So I think that's where it's kind of pivoted. Even if watching our state tournament in our state, it's like that's the kind of player.
I think that teams normally, I would say when I first started, or even when I was in high school, I think teams overall just played better team offense together because it was multiple positions and roles and things like that. Now it's been more of a push of skill development, and you don't have these intricate roles. You just have a lot of skill. So it's a lot of isolation or these type of things and spreading the floor. So the game is just not the flow and the style. Like I agree is a lot different. So I completely agree with you.
Don't you think? I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anything else?
Nope. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go
You
take
gotta
my
go take
lasagna.
we made this one relatively short. You gotta go take.
No, I just gotta take the foil off so the cheese can melt really good.
Okay.
And I'll be back.
Go do that, and then we'll.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye.
Hey, Coach, so glad you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and like before you leave. And also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's got everything and a roadmap for you to become a better basketball coach. So go over and check it out. And let's head back to the next video, wherever that would be.